This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26 through 27. The principal thing for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000. It's the brother Dama Agabari with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and I started with this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 39th chapter, in the 26th verse. All right, dealing you with the principal things for the whole use of man's life. All right, and these are, necessities that men need to live upon this earth and to live a good and healthy and, fulfilling life. But here in verse 27, it says, all these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. All right. And this is what you have taken place before our very eyes, is that the basic principal things for the use of life is in the hands of sinners, or in the hands of the wicked Esau Edom. And he is turning these things to be tools to further his evil agenda. All right. And it says here, from the people's voice, Bill Gates caught telling inner circle, global famine will make elites godlike. You see, and this is how something that is good, like the principal uses of life, once they're in the hands of the sinners and in the hands of the wicked, can be turned into evil. All right. And you see this guy, Bill Gates of hell, which, he's just one of the cronies of the new of these elites. He's one of their generals, one of their, one of the men put in place to carry out the agenda. And everything that this man says is completely wicked, it's completely godless, and it shows you the mind frame that, the so-called white man has to be the biblical Edomites, the border of wickedness, the son of perdition. Because the plans of these elites, man, they're all wicked, they're all evil, and they're all to, set themselves up to be gods on this planet Earth at the expense of you lesser humans, as they like to call you. All right. And this is what this New World Agenda is all about. All this shit about climate change, climate change, so-called, the WHO, that, the World Health Organization, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, all these different major organizations and, agenda of these elites are ultimately to create world domination for themselves and to dominate humanity and bring you bowing down to your knees to serve these global elites. And they're looking to depopulate a lot of you people to have a smaller population of people that they can control and rule over and dominate and be worshipped so that they can be gods via technology. All right. And all these different agendas that you see being presented, they're all in order to give these elites uncontrollable power over you people and to dominate you. All right. It says a globalist billionaire Bill Gates has been caught telling his inner circle that a devastating global famine is the next step in the elite's indomitable march towards global domination. You see? And that's why we've been telling you a lot of these famines are going to be manufactured. That's why climate change is being such a huge part of the agenda of these elites. It's not to save the planet, man. They're not doing this to fix the hole in the ozone layer or to stop, catastrophic weather patterns from happening because, there's too many people on the earth. You're consuming too many resources because cows are farting, because, all of these different weather patterns are a direct result of human activity on the earth. No, they're using that as a disguise, as an excuse to ultimately depopulate a lot of you people and gain control over all of the earth's resources and to be able to, basically leave you in this scarcity type of, in a dependent slave-like position, so that they can rule over everything. They can control food and how you eat, when you can eat. It's all just a plot of these demons to play God, man. And they know that if they can have control over the food supply, they can have control over the people. And I'm going to show you that in the scriptures of an instance where, a famine led to Pharaoh basically becoming, you know, he was able to basically turn everybody into slaves. All right. And these devils are trying to do the same thing. It says the 500 million souls left on earth following the great depopulation will not only be easily controlled, according to Gates, they will also yearn for the level of control that the elites can currently only dream about. Right. That's why they want to get rid of the majority of you people. That's why they're telling you that, everybody needs to stop eating meat. Everybody needs to do this. You need to take these shots. You need to do this in order for them to save the planet. But really, it's order for them to have complete and total control over you. And and that's why now in like Canada and in different places around the country, they're literally allowing people to euthanize themselves. All right. If you're old, if you're mentally challenged, if you're mentally retarded or something, or you're in a wheelchair, or you're not really a major functioning part of society, they're going to start giving people the green light to off themselves, man, to euthanize yourself. And that'll be a quicker way to get rid of more and more people, because they can't just come out and just kill everybody, kill billions of people just like that in one swoop, So they're going to do it in other ways, slowly. All right. But it's ultimately what they want, man. It says, with total control of the food supply, farmland, seed banks, and genetically modified soil microbes, Gates has positioned himself to carry out a false flag worse than 9/11. You see, and that's what they ultimately want. They want to have control of the food. That's why you think they're outlawing farming. Why do you think they're trying to get rid of cows, get rid of chicken, telling you that the chickens are infected, the cows are causing climate change? We shouldn't have cows. We can grow food in laboratories. We can grow crops not on the earth but in laboratories. Vertical farming. Lab grown meat, 3D printed chicken and fish and shit like that, because once they can outlaw people and humans from farming and growing food and being self-sufficient, hey, you're going to have to come to them to get their genetically modified slop. You're going to have to come to them for the want of all things. And once they have total control, guess what? In order for you to receive food and lab grown meat and chicken and beef and, fake meat and food and pretty much digital money, power, electricity, you're going to have to take that charagma. You're going to have to give yourself over fully into this beast system where they can be God and you can be, their peasants and their servants, man. See, this is the agenda of what these devils are trying to do, which is going to fail miserably, but this is where they're taking it. It says, hunger is a problem that can be weaponized, according to Bill Gates, who boasts that through the use of data, patenting, and genetic engineering, he can successfully seize control over everything from seeds to food animals to microbes in the soil to the process we use to make food. See? And this is what these devils are ultimately trying to do, which is going to leave you to be in a complete subservient and slave-like position. All right. And I'm going to show you an example. All right. What happened in Egypt during the time of Joseph. All right. And it says, where was it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. It says Genesis 47:13. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. See, and this is why these devils are trying to, create their own version of a manufactured famine, so that you people can faint and be hungry and once people can't eat and people don't have any crops or food to eat, what do you think they're going to do if they know that the only place where they can get food and get what they need to eat and to survive is in the hands of these elites or in the hand of the powers that be? The people are going to come begging and they'll be willing to do anything, all right, just to be able to eat so they don't starve to death. And the scriptures tell you that he that dieth by the sword is he that is worse than he that dieth from famine. You pine away slowly. It's an agonizing, slow death, man. So people would be willing to do anything in order to, if they know, if they were able, if they had to, if it was only one place where they could go to get the food, you'll do anything that person tells you to do, because that'll be your only option. And this is what the scenario he's trying to create. And this is why Bill Gates want to have total control over the food supply. It will make them godlike, you know? It says, and Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they brought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, you see? So once, these devils have this control, everybody's going to come to them, especially when they know the only place that you can get it is to get it from Pharaoh, which Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. See, and Bill Gates want to be, sitting in this position to provide this for these elites to have this power. It says, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year, you see? So what if these, the famine come and these devils start telling you, look, in order for you to, all right, we got food, we got grain, we got things here, but you have to give up your, give up particular rights, give up your property, give up your cars, whatever they might, want from you. And most likely people are going to do it because you're not going to have any other choice because, these devils are trying to, even have control over the soil. These devils are talking about growing their own genetically modified soil. So even if you did have land, he'll do they'll make it to where it'll be illegal for you to farm. Or if they caught you farming, you can be put to death or whatever the case might be, But the point being is that once people become so desperate, you see the depths that they're willing to go to survive. And you give ultimately those that rule over you all the power, all of the, control over you. It says, and when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our lands for bread. Let's look up this word for buy us. Let's see what it says. And the word is quana. It says to get, acquire, to obtain, possessor, to be brought, to cause to possess. You see? Yeah, they basically sold themselves to Pharaoh, man. For what? So that they could eat, so that they could have food, so that they wouldn't drop dead and die from hunger. It says, buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph brought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's, you see? This is what these devils are trying to do. This is why Klaus Schwab said in this New World Order, you will own nothing and be happy, man. You're going to be in a position of complete voluntary slavery, a digital slavery that you can never get out of. And every single thing that you will need will be given to you by the powers that be, like in that you're being a good slave, that you have your charagma, all right, that you take your injections, that you eat the whatever food that they give you at whatever time they allow you to have it, They'll tell you how much electricity you can have, if you can travel, if you can do that, because they're looking to put themselves in this position. You see? It says, and as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other. Does that sound like 15-minute cities? This is what these devils are going to do when they have power to do so. They're going to put you in 15-minute cities to where everything that you need your whole life will be centered around that little 15-minute city. And like I said, and your food will, you see these on all these dystopian type movies, man, when the powers that be have the complete control, man. All right. You're going to be in this city. You're going to live here. You're not going to move outside of that zone. You're going to do what they tell you to do and just be a mindless, zombie, a slave. It says, only the land of the priests brought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned to them of Pharaoh, and did eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands. And this is going to be like the Bill Gates and, certain of these higher up elites. They're going to still live normal lives. They'll be slaves to the system, but not slaves like you lesser people, like you Israelites, who are going to bow down eventually to the New World Order and to what Esau is trying to do, But what we know, it ultimately is going to be destroyed. But you have to look at this and look at the type of scenario that these elites are trying to create here for themselves. It says, Then Joseph said unto the people, Behold, I have brought you this day in your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. But and this, what these devils are trying to do, they're not going to give you the opportunity to grow seed and to farm and to do shit so that you could grow your own food. They're not going to give you this opportunity. You're going to be completely dependent and completely you know, um, non self sufficient, man. All right, Esau's not going to be as lenient and as nice as Pharaoh to give you seed for you. He's going to have the seeds. It's going to be his seeds you're going to eat. All right, you're going to eat the food that he grows, that he gives you, that he's putting in these laboratories. All right. It says, And it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and four parts shall be your own. But like I said, what did Klaus Schwab say? You're going to own nothing. All right. You're not going to be able to be self sufficient. You're not going to be able to provide anything for yourself. Everything will be given or loaned unto you under discretion of the powers that be. It says, and four parts shall be your own for the seed of the field and for your food and for them of your households and for food for your little ones. And they said, Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. You see? And that's what these devils are ultimately trying to do. So you can see the correlation, you see? But what does it say? Hunger is a problem that can be weaponized, according to Bill Gates, who boasts that through the use of data, patenting, and genetic engineering, he can successfully seize control over everything from seeds to food animals to microbes in the soil to the process we use to make food. It says Gate hates trees, soil, and sunshine, and local food cultures and traditional diets will disappear as food production moves indoors to labs that cultivate fake meat and ultra processed foods for mass consumption. And these foods will be totally in their power. All right. And this is all that you'll be able to eat. Now you'll be able to go to the grocery store, but you're going to be told what you can have and what you can't have. They're going to control how much protein intake you can take in, how much of this you can have, how much of that you can have, at what time you can have it. All right. You're not going to be able to just go in there and just buy a bunch of food to put in your deep freezer. No, you'll be given your portion of food to eat for that day or for that week or however they'll do it. You go in there and you get your particular rations for that week or for that month. And that's all you're going to be able to eat within that time frame. And then once the next months come over, they're going to make it precise too, to where like they're going to have it mapped out to where that food that you have will be able to last you as long as, that little period that you have to eat it. And then once that is over, you go back to the store, you eat the bugs, you get your lab grown meat, you get this, you get that. You get all your genetically modified food. You take that shit home and you eat that shit, which is not going to be nutritious. It's not going to be real food. It's going to be fake, but it's going to be, the only thing they're going to allow you to have. Meanwhile, these elites are going to eat real cow and real chicken and real vegetables. They're going to eat food grown literally from the earth and soil that you're going to be permitted not to eat food that comes from that because you're just a slave and you're a piece of shit. All right. It says, but it even gets worse. This anti-life eugenicist is on record making predictions for the number of people he expects to be plunged into starvation by the time the elites win the war against farmers, eliminate the food supply, and achieve their agenda. You see? It says, what else is in here? Look at this. Preparations for the elite's false flag and power grab are underway. And if you have been paying attention, you can already see the evidence of the deception. You look everywhere. Like I said, this whole climate change is nothing more but, the deception they're using to take control of the food supply, to do away with farming, to do away with certain activities, human activities on the earth that's causing these catastrophic events. This is why they're bringing this H5N1 bird flu shit, saying that now infectious cows and chickens, is transmissible to humans and animals to gain more control, to bring in these false situations so that they can get the power that they want. What else is in there? Look at this. Make no mistake, Bill Gates is laser focused on causing a global famine, and he has every possible angle covered, including the soil. That's right. Gates is determined to replace the soil that has sustained humanity for our entire history with his own brand of genetically modified trash. GM soil microbes funded by Gates could trigger a global food shortage, according to experts who warn that the push to replace soil with GM soil will destroy the farming industry. You see? It says Gates' latest claim that technology is the solution to world hunger has been called out by 50 organizations that are dedicated to food sovereignty and food justice issues worldwide. You see, and this is what they're using to become God, is this technology. You know, telling you to trust the science, that they can fix the earth, they can do this, they can do that. But really, they're just trying to gain control and patent everything so that they can be God on this planet Earth, man. You see? What else is in here? Yes, he says these initiatives don't increase widespread innovation, but rather contribute to the privatization and consolidation of corporate monopolies over seed development and seed markets. And this is what they want: control over every aspect of everything. This is why they're buying everything up. Pretty soon they'll own all the land. They'll own, everything. These corporations will own everything, and everything will be under their control. And if you want to receive things for them, you're going to have to bow down and kiss the ring, man. You see? So it's showing you that this man is the complete devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right? And these are the forces of darkness, man. These are the wicked. This is Esau is the border of wickedness, man. See, and this is why our faith has to be in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We know what these devils are ultimately trying to do. They're basically gaining control so that you can bow down and worship them and feel as if, your whole ability to function and to live on this earth will be in the hands of Esau Edom. But you're going to have to worship him and bow down unto him, which the elect will never do. We rather take the death. We rather die. You see? And that's why we know that, hey, we're expecting divine intervention. We're expecting help from on high, and that's why we're not going to be begging for FEMA. We're not going to go walking into this trap Esau is setting, believing that, all life and food and your ability to live rest upon him. It rests upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? This is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. You see, now we can't tell you how we're going to be fed and how the Lord's going to allow us to operate, to live and eat when all hell breaks loose and when these devils come with this agenda. But hey, our faith is in that there's nothing impossible with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Lord can have you be fed in miraculous ways. That you can just have some cups in your house, and the Lord could come to you in a dream or in a vision and tell you to leave that cup or that pitcher on that counter every day, and then in the morning, hey, it'll be filled. And hey, you wake up in the morning and that cup is filled every day so that you can drink. Or the Lord can allow, miraculous ways for you to be fed in the time of, famine. But this is where our faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has to lie. It has to be faith, evidence of things not seen, but we know that through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all is possible. It says, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And who's the one that's going to howl and cry? It's 2/3 of our people that didn't have their faith or trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but that are going to trust in what Esau's got going and what he's going to, tell you to bow down to get what you want. You see? It says, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. You see? It says that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. You see? But this is the type of spirit we got to be in, because, hey, the devil is, he's coming with it. And these plans are what these devils are ultimately trying to do. Now, we're not telling you it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen next week. But this is ultimately what these devils are trying to do. And you don't want any part of this, man. All right. But we know that this is the mind frame, and this is the agenda they're coming with. So This is why our faith has to be continuously in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we just showing you just how wicked this man truly is, and the depths he's willing to go to bring in this new world order. And they don't give a damn how many people they kill or starve or that have to pine away in order for them to bring this agenda to pass. But this is the depths of Satan, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Lord willing, you were edified. To the next one. Shalom.